I have not spoken a lot about my depression or the times that I was depressed, but let's just say, for a lot of people, it can be hard to get out of bed. It can be hard to do anything. And I had to get 24 cavities filled because of a time in my life where I could not get out of bed and brush my teeth. There have also been times where I couldn't get out of bed and cleanse my skin, take care of my skin. And having acne, which got worse if I didn't take care of my skin, but also sometimes triggered negative feelings about my body or self-image, it sucked. There have been some terrible times in my life, and while I don't know how other people have felt when going through depression or negative times for them, I remember how it was for me and how difficult it was to do the most basic things of self-care. Well, recently I did a video on retinoids, and someone in the comments requested a routine for those who are depressed, those who are struggling to get out of bed and take care of themselves, or maybe those who don't have access to a sink. And I thought that was such a great idea because I remember when I was struggling at some of my lowest points, there were days that I couldn't get up and do anything. But there were some where I had a little bit of energy, or I was trying to get the motivation. And the idea of doing a 10-step skincare routine and looking at my acne in the mirror, which was already making me upset, was not gonna cut it. And I wish that I had had a simple 4 or 5-step routine that just made me feel better about myself, made me feel refreshed, that didn't take a ton of energy to do. And based on that comment, some of my experiences personally and what I wish I had at some of the most negative points in my life, I put together a routine that actually breaks some of my own skincare rules as a medical esthetician to help those who are struggling or maybe can't get to a sink or out of bed some days. First and foremost, we need to talk resources, not only for our skin and the things that keep our skin healthy, but for our mental health. A lot of people don't realize how intertwined our mental health is with our physical health. And remember that our skin is our body's largest organ. It's technically our integumentary system, and it literally protects us. It's like, it hugs us. Have you ever thought about that? Your skin is not only like human saran wrap, but it's also like a big hug. And sometimes your just needs a hug, and then I remind myself that I'm hugging myself with my little keratinocytes every day.
I know this works, and the reason I know is not a good one. So as you can see, not only have I lost my voice, but I actually filmed this video on depression and skincare before my life went to crap. I've kind of spoken about it, but some really traumatic things happened in June and July, and I have not been the same since. And I've had to rely on a lot of mental health help and a lot of my support network just to kind of get through and survive. And lo and behold, I'm sick. I lost my voice, but that's what it is. And I had no idea how relevant this video would be. But as you're going to see, part of this video talks about things like using makeup wipes. And I'm telling you, I had to rely on makeup wipes. Like, I broke my own skincare rules so many times over. And there are days that I feel better and that I can do my skincare. And there are others that I really can't, and I still need to depuff my under eyes from crying. Again, I've spoken about it, but I lost 2 very important family members on the same day. There's some other stressors happening from people in the past who didn't have my best interest at heart or have the best intentions. There's other issues when it comes to, you know, work and the influencer world, which, ew, the influencer world, can I just do facials and be happy? And this is the whole thing that I was actually speaking about with my BetterHelp therapist and with someone who basically I work with. And here's the thing, everyone says take care of yourself, right? But if you're a giver, if you're someone who loves to help others, sometimes you have a hard time doing that, right? How am I supposed to take care of myself? Like, I feel the need to take care of others, you know? And something that someone said to me that really hit was, think of yourself as the product, take care of the product. If I don't take care of me and I'm getting sick and I'm losing my voice, I can't do treatments on people. I can't film videos. I can't share the things that have helped me with others. And when I realized that, I was like, wow, that is a really, really good insight that has never been said to me that way before. And my BetterHelp therapist is somebody that I have been speaking to who has been amazing. Again, you know, I've had a psychologist and a psychiatrist. I actually stopped working with my psychologist. I was feeling guilt and I felt uncomfortable bringing things up to her, and that was just telling me that it wasn't the right fit. And even though I'm still doing therapy with BetterHelp and I have other things that I can rely on, Man, has it been a learning curve. And when it comes to BetterHelp, I do want to share that they're sponsoring a portion of this video, which I am so grateful for, because they not only support the channel and some of the projects that we have, such as skin scholarships, which I hope we are bringing back soon, but even people like Aya, who's a team member on my team. She's also an esthetician, and she's back on Butterfly Emails, basically helping people build skincare routines for free and help guide them through their skincare journeys. And if you are struggling mentally, obviously therapy doesn't fix everything, but having an unbiased person that you can speak to, who can guide you through this stuff, who can help you when you're feeling down, or just give you goals that you can actually work towards, give you a non-biased opinion on family stuff, on holiday stuff, on relationships, all that. It's been monumental. And even though it's still difficult for me and I still have puffy under eyes from crying all the time, I'm able to do my skincare. I'm starting to make things a little bit better. It's crazy how this year has gone. It's crazy that I've lost my voice. And I don't know, has everyone been having a year like this? And I never would have guessed that this depression skincare video was going to hit so close to home to me. So yeah, I actually filmed this months ago. When it comes to BetterHelp, I literally do therapy in my living room. If you answer BetterHelp's questionnaire, you can share kind of what you're struggling with, and they can match you with a therapist. They have over 30,000, and they specifically try to match you in most cases within 48 hours, which has been amazing. And here's the thing about BetterHelp is that you can switch a therapist at any time because you don't need insurance. Whereas like with my psychologist, maybe I should have switched a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? Like, super amazing. I know she's super talented and I care about her as a person, but like, she was just not providing the support that I needed. And I mean, I'm ready to start feeling better already, okay? I mean, starting therapy can be hard, but like life can be hard. And I have to say, regardless of where you get therapy, regardless of who it's with, I'm telling you, education, therapy, and yes, skincare are some of the best things I've ever spent my money on. Like, that is what is worth it to me and what has changed my life, and truly for the better, as well as other people's lives, I hope. But yeah, kind of an open book on the internet, which I don't know if is a good thing, but I'm dealing with it a day at a time, okay? If you've been going through something in your life and you wish that you had someone to talk to, someone to hold you accountable, someone who understands mental health, who can help point you in the right direction and actually allow you to get there, you can try BetterHelp for 10% off. Again, a huge thanks to them. They're not only providing this to help others who are struggling, but also to support the channel. And like I said, I asked some of our editors and other team members who help make this content possible. And some of the people that I'm so grateful that I get to work with, who honestly have got me through so much this year. Like, I love going to work. I love touching faces. I love doing these things. But again, if I'm not taking care of myself, I can't help others. And I know that, but it wasn't until I was having this conversation, I was like, oh, if I think of myself as the product, if I don't take care of the product can't do the things for other people, right? That was maybe something that I needed to hear in a way that I needed to hear it to actually make it actionable, because it is really hard to take care of yourself sometimes, okay? If you want to click this link, I've left it here as well as in the description. And again, a huge thanks to BetterHelp for making these conversations possible. And let me tell you, I never scroll to the bottom of the comments. I don't delete comments. I don't censor people, but like, they can be pretty nasty. But I'm trying to remind myself that the positive comments outweigh that. So if you're going through something as well, if you feel like you need a friend, if you have something to share, feel free to say so in the comments so we can chat a little bit more. But let me share with you makeup wipes and a depression skincare routine that, again, I filmed back in May before I ever knew I would need to rely so heavily on these tips. So let's get back to the video.
But when talking about resources, I have left some in the description. If you have been struggling, if you need someone to talk to, I don't know your exact situation, but I remember how I felt when I was struggling so much. And for me, the answer was doing the hardest things, having no energy and reaching out. Instead of fighting my depression, which literally felt like the world's biggest battle, I realized I was not gonna win if I fought it. I need to navigate it, kind of like the ocean. I don't fight the waves, I flow with them, or I try to navigate them like a ship. And for me, understanding that my depression was something that I needed to navigate, that helped me not see it as this giant monster that I couldn't overcome, but something that I could learn to work with and eventually steer away from. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that's for everyone. Probably doesn't, but that was really something monumental for me. And now I'm able to not only stick to a skincare routine, but I don't let my acne blemishes dictate how I feel about myself anymore. I have been in a better place mentally, and I have been able to use those negative experiences experiences to hopefully make a positive difference in someone else's life. So I cannot speak directly to your situation. I don't know exactly what you're going through, but I know for many, many people, many, it does get better. And I hope that this provides you a little mental break, a couple of options that might help, or just a little tee-hee that makes it that much better. And remember, you have resources in the description, as well as an amazing community of beautiful butterflies in the comments. And if you need a friend, if you want to reach out, if you want to share something, please do. You'd be amazed at the other people in the comment section here. Just like this one! Look at this one! Let's finally build this person a routine. The first thing in a routine for those who can't get out of bed, are feeling sad, or just don't have access to a sink is a wipe. And you're probably thinking, Cassandra, Bankson recommending makeup, skincare, facial wipes? What kind of alternative universe is this? The life is an enigma. I know. This is actually one instance that I absolutely recommend makeup or facial wipes, and I absolutely think that someone should have them available. Makeup wipes are for a few different purposes. They are for fannies, they are for festivals, and they are for flights, in the words of Caroline Hirons, who's an amazing facialist from the UK. You absolutely have to read her book if you haven't already. Makeup wipes in general are not a good idea to use. Facial wipes in general, not a substitute for actual cleansing and double cleansing. But sometimes when you can't get out of bed, when you can't make it to the sink, when you don't even feel like washing your face, having a facial wipe that has good ingredients, at least it's not gonna make the problem way worse, having that next to your bed or the couch or the floor or wherever you have plopped down and literally just can't get up from, this can be a lifesaver. And this is a brand that I actually recommend. Remember, there are not all facial wipes that are great. Some are better than others, but these are the Clean Skin Club Clean Wipes. This is actually one that I can get behind because it doesn't harm the animals, it doesn't harm the environment, and it actually has great ingredients. These are also 40% bigger. I don't know about you, I got a big face, girl. I've been called a horse before. And I mean, horses, they're great, so nay. But these are 40% bigger than conventional makeup wipes or facial towelette wipes. And I love that because me and my big old horse face absolutely love something that actually fits our face. Yes. You see how great that is? And what's amazing about these is that they are also biodegradable. So if you're someone who really struggles with guilt, at least I am, blame my parents, childhood trauma, but I tend to feel guilty about a lot of my purchases and decisions and things like that. These are ones that I don't have to have that guilt for because they are biodegradable, they can be used responsibly, and again, these are all vegan and cruelty-free, as are all of the products that I talk about, because over here, we don't harm animals. We are animals. Are you a human? If so, you are technically an animal. Man. Now this brand does do the clean marketing. You know, they say that they're free of parabens, harsh chemicals, fragrance, phthalates, dyes, ethanol, alcohol. You know how I feel about those claims. Just because it's clean or natural doesn't make it better. Some of these ingredients are totally fine, but if you're worried about it, this doesn't have them. And the one that I really like to see here is fragrance. Sometimes fragrance does irritate some people and their skin. These wipies have no fragrance, so they are really good, especially if you are sensitive. And I'm not just talking about emotionally, because am I sensitive emotionally? But if your skin is as sensitive as your emotions, this is a good option. It's a really good option. Can you believe I'm using a wipe on my face? Again, this is a good one if you have to use one. If you can't make it to the sink, this could be amazing. Now, in a lot of skincare routines, people use things like toners or essences. They can be really fun, but sometimes they can get goopy and all over the place. And if you are literally unable to get out of bed or out of a chair or off the floor because you just want to curl up in a ball in fetal position on the floor, it can be hard to get a toner or an essence and really do a hefty, hearty skincare routine. Something that I love are skincare sprays. These are great for athletes, these are great for people on the go, and these are also great for people who don't have access to a sink or who just don't have the energy to do skincare. These are phenomenal because in literally just a spray or two, you're getting a healthy dose of skincare. It's easy to rub in and you don't have to sit by a sink. You don't have to get like an extra towelette or a cotton pad and dab it onto your face. There are a couple of different ones, and the right one for you is of course going to be dependent on your skin, your budget, what you need, but these are definitely three favorites. One is an SD Bestie if you have funds to spend. The multi-active toner from Dermalogica is amazing, and if you're an athlete or someone who is active, this one is phenomenal. Really refreshes the skin. If you are someone who is super sensitive, this one is from Tower 28. Again, this is the SOS Save Our Skin Spray. As you can see, I've absolutely gone through so much of this. I absolutely love this. Really lightweight, really refreshing, and really just prepares your skin for the other ingredients to help penetrate and really nourish the skin cells underneath. And if you are a Target babe, might I recommend 3 Ships? Again, 3 Ships is such a cool brand. They're very eco-friendly. As you can see, they have glass and paper packaging. The founders are some bad female engineers from Canada, and they really create luxury products without the luxury price tag. They have made a commitment to also never having a product be sold for more than $40, which I do not understand how they do in this economy, but they are amazing and they're available at Target. This one is called Awake. It is a rose hydrosol toner. It is beautiful. It's a nice little antioxidant boost, and if smell matters to you, this is one of the finest mists. Look at how beautiful that is. Like, it just smells beautiful, it smells nostalgic, and this goes on the skin so beautifully. I don't know if I would go as far as to say it makes me awake. Coffee does that, it gets my ass up in the morning, but it definitely makes my skin feel fresh, and you don't need a toner. Again, if you're struggling, if you can't get yourself to do anything, this isn't the most important step in a routine. But if you want something simple that makes you feel better, spraying a toner definitely does that for me. And these are the ones I would recommend. Now, after toner normally comes serums, but especially if you're struggling, you don't have time for a bunch of steps, serum might not be right for you. And even moisturizers can sometimes be overwhelming. Well, Korea actually solved a lot of these issues with something called the multi-balm. These took off quite a while ago. These are actually all over different K-dramas. If you've ever watched a K-drama, you know 2 things. Number 1, Subway. All of the most important things happen at a Subway. And number 2, multi-balms. Right before the main character is about to see their crush, they're like, oh my gosh, apply this multi-balm, and they apply it to the face. I understand that's a lot of product placement, but these are actually great for literally anyone on the go, for athletes, for busy people, or people who just don't have energy. People who maybe are sad or depressed or have ADHD. Hi, hello, your acne big sis. This is me. I'm describing myself right here. Yes, she speaks in the third person when she doesn't want to admit certain things when she's actively admitting them. Anyways, these balms are fantastic because they kind of combine a serum as well as a moisturizer and a skin protectant in one. And what's really cool is that there's a lot of different balms out there that do different things. Dermatica is from the UK. They have a ceramide balm that is amazing if you have sensitive skin or eczema or psoriasis. If you have wrinkles or mature skin, this one from Haru Haru Wonder, wow, I wonder what you're thinking, sorry. This one from Haru Haru Wonder is phenomenal, and this is so nourishing with all of these different antioxidants and vitamins in them. This is just amazing, and if you do have more mature skin, especially if you get a little bit crusty or a little bit breakout prone, this one is so freaking nice. And even Coco Kind has an all-over moisture stick that is really beautiful. This one's actually really fun. It smells like a straight up wheatgrass shot. Smells like a walk around the perimeter of a Whole Foods. And this one actually has a green tint, but this is phenomenal. And what's great about these is that yes, you can use them on your skin as kind of like a serum moisturizer, but you can also use them for cracked lips. You can use them as a lip balm. You can use them as an under eye balm. You can use them as a cuticle oil. You could use them on the ends of your hair if you have split ends. This kind of just smooths them over. There are so many amazing multi-balms, and if you specifically want to try some of my favorites, I'm happy to recommend them. But again, if you're struggling, if you don't have access to a sink, you don't want to wipe off your hands when you're done using something, this is literally a balm that can be used in so many different ways. A really versatile product for someone who's maybe disabled and doesn't have the same dexterity as someone else. This is also really easy to kind of hold a certain way and to wipe onto the skin. Really beautiful, really wonderful with excellent results. Now, if you are someone who loves a traditional moisturizer and you're in the mood to use one, I just have to call this out. Do you know the Rovectin Lotus Water Cream? First off, this is an amazing moisturizer. It is lightweight, it's silky, it soaks into the skin so beautifully. But the reason I really love this for people who are maybe struggling with their happy meter is because this one comes with stickers. It comes with stickers! It comes with bunnies and unicorns! Literally, each moisturizer comes with a pack of stickers that you get to take and you get to stick onto your product and you get to make it your own. And do stickers fix everything? Yes! Just kidding, maybe not. But stickers sure do help. And I don't know about you, but even if I'm upset and sad or not feeling anything and you give me stickers, life will still be better than life without the stickers, okay? This is just such a fun product, and sometimes it helps to take your mind off of things, to fiddle with stuff. Look at this, they have bunnies. I love them! This is such an amazing product on its own, and sometimes just using something that looks cute or fun helps brighten your day a little bit. You know, there have been medical studies done on color theory and how the color of someone's room or even the clothing that they wear can impact their mood, how the color of someone's plate might impact how hungry they are or how much they eat. Have you ever wondered why all of the fast food chains are always yellow and red? Look at McDonald's, look at Wendy's, look at KFC, look at Burger King. Why is there so much yellow and red? Psychologically, those colors together promote hunger. If you didn't know, now you know. Similarly, certain colors have been shown to have certain effects on our mood. I'm sure you could guess purple, blues, and greens are more relaxing and calming, where reds and oranges are a little bit more vibrant, same with yellows. There are tons of studies and medical data around this that I can definitely leave in the description if you're interested in learning more. And I don't know of any actual studies where they looked at skincare and like the color of your packages and how placebo effect might make you happier about your skincare, but I can say if I look at my skincare shelf and it's like a motherfucking rainbow, I mean, that kind of puts a smile on my face when I get to use products that I love, built by people who are badass and actually do a great job making them, and that also make my face look and feel good. Speaking of that, we have to talk about the most important step in a skincare routine, SPF. SPF is our BFF. If you don't use anything else, if you literally cannot get out of bed, this is the only step I want you to do. SPF, which is your BFF. Remember that sunscreen, you can literally think of it as like an anti-cancer drug. It prevents from skin cancer. It prevents your DNA from being damaged by the sun's damaging rays. It allows you to go outside, to touch grass, to go for a walk, and to have fun in the sun and do that in a protected way. And SPF is also the #1 anti-wrinkle product. It prevents wrinkles, it prevents hyperpigmentation and melasma, and it even prevents acne blemishes like the ones that are all over my back and have been for the last 12, 15 years. I've struggled with acne for over half of my life. It's been more than 15 years. Time is not slowing down. Anyways, sunscreen can actually prevent a lot of these little blemishes from turning into scars. And if we can do that while protecting our skin, why the heck not? So while SPF is your BFF, if this is the most important step to use, how can you get yourself to use it if you don't have access to a sink, or you really don't have energy, or you're really just not in the mood? Again, kind of goes back to the idea of let's have some fun with it. Put some stickers on your sunscreen or use a product that you love. Here are some options that I adore. For example, look at this one. I can't read Korean, but this is an SPF 50 from Korea. It's vegan and cruelty free. This one's specifically from Round Lab. And look, it's got a lady sitting in a pond washing her face under a birch tree. Is that not so cute? If I just look at this, I feel better. There are also sunscreens that are fun colors or have cool backgrounds. This is made by the Sun Project. This is the Silky Calming Sun Stick. It's a nice bright color, and literally just swiping this onto my skin makes me feel better on many days. And this one specifically is kind of like a moisturizer and a sunscreen in one. There are also some sunscreens that are made by some amazing people. The Inky List is made by Mark and Colette. They actually used to be coworkers and they fell in love, and they created the Inky List to literally help people with their skin to be affordable and effective. And we've actually done an entire video on the Inky List's backstory, how this brand like literally almost went out of business, but how they started to take over the world in a positive way, helping people love and understand their skincare. They also make it super easy to understand where it goes in your routine if you feel overwhelmed easily. But just using products that are made by amazing people that make you feel good about yourself is sometimes that little bit of connection that you just need when you're not feeling your best. And again, if you take anything from this, please use a sunscreen and use a wipey diaper. I hope this is not a wipey diaper. Did I just really call this a wipey diaper? Wow, Cassandra. Well, use a wipey diaper. Hey, if I can get you to laugh, even better, baby. Again, it can be better. I know it's rough sometimes, but I hope you know that sometimes I and the wipey diaper am there for you. But use the wipey diaper, use the sunscreen. And then if you do feel in the mood to try something new or to kind of switch it up, you have the ability and the means, and you can keep these things by your bed. Get yourself a nice sticker moisturizer, put your own stickers on your products. Do a little bit of scrapbooking, right? Get a multi-balm or get a toner that you can just spray on and really easily roll into or out of or back into bed. Remember that you are worth taking care of. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way, or I know sometimes, at least for me, when I am breaking out, it doesn't feel like anything helps. But sometimes it is a little thing like this, or a little motherfucking sticker, or a random itchy YouTube video that makes life a little bit better. And again, I cannot speak to you or where you may be at, but I can speak to what I went through. And the fact that this person literally asked for a routine that I wish I would have had when I was 14, 15, 16. I hope that by watching this, you know that there are options out there for you and that for many people, it does get better. And I hope to include you in that statistic, baby. Have you ever wanted to be a statistic? Normally that's seen as like an insult. This time it is a compliment. Do you remember to stay hydrated? I know sometimes it's hard to eat and drink. Please nourish your body because you are worth it. And if no one has told you that today, I am telling you, I mean it too, okay? Don't make me wag my finger at you, okay, baby? Don't make me do it. Do stay hydrated, you deserve it. Reapply that sunscreen and always remember to be beautiful both inside and out. Remember that what you physically look like has no impact on what you can do for the world. And sometimes it is these dark or deep moments that help reshape us in a positive way so that we can go do amazing things for the world in the future based on the rough times and the experiences we had when life was less than perfect. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.